Hey, everybody. I am going live everywhere I can go live, and I don't feel my best, but I am being committed to doing what I said I was going to do today. And today, I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, via StreamYard. I'm live on, what's this called? Y'all, I don't feel good. Instagram, and now I'm going live on TikTok too. I've never gone live so many different places at one time. And today is like the day that I feel the worst. That my family hadn't been feeling well. And today my body was like, I need you to take the whole day and rest. But then I had some commitments and I wanted to keep my commitments. So I've been keeping my commitments. And by keeping my commitments, this is the last, I got one more thing to do after this. But then the rest of the day, it's gonna be probably spent in bed because I need it more than I thought I needed it. But while I'm doing this, thank y'all for coming in. I see people coming in all different places. I appreciate you all so very much for being here. And I'm gonna talk about this topic in a few seconds. I know y'all like, Nina, we ain't never seen you birth no baby out. Yes, you did. So we gonna talk about it in one second. Um, in one second, y'all know I don't do the whole wait until people come in thing because people could catch it on the replay. They can catch it all types of ways. So I just want to thank y'all for being here, whether you're here live or via the replay, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, or now TikTok. So I see what people be doing, having all of the different stuff and all of the different platforms. And I know my eyes always tell on me. I think when you don't feel well, your eyes is the first thing that tell on you. And baby, it's telling. Cause yeah, but anyway, I want to come here and talk. And today is like a great day for me, even though I don't feel like I want to feel. It's still a great day because 14 years ago today, I did something. I pushed out something that when a woman gives birth for the first time, she don't know what to expect. It's scary. It could be intimidating. It's painful, but it's only painful for a minute, right? So many different emotions all in the one moment, right? And so, of course, y'all know I didn't push a natural baby out of my hoo ha, but 14 years ago today, I held my first Nina Motivates event at the Chicago Public Library, at the library on 95th and Halsted. That is where I launched Nina Motivates officially. And so I just thought it was so important to celebrate this moment and it was a Saturday. No, I think that was a Friday night. And so today was Saturday. I said, why not come on and do a little encouragement? Kind of, I'm getting back to the basics in a sense, but in an advanced state. And so if y'all hear drums, that's because my son is in there practicing his drums. He feels good today, and I'm happy. You can play him as loud as you want because you out the bed feeling good. So, hey, for those who are joining me on TikTok, I see y'all coming in. Hey. And on okay, I see y'all coming in on what's this? Instagram too. And I see y'all popping in and out also on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. So let's talk about it because I don't want this to be long because my body is just like, but I do want y'all to watch it because I believe something's gonna be said to inspire, motivate, encourage you no matter where you are in your life. Like we all need encouragement. We all need motivation. We can see him like, I don't need, yes, we do. That's a lie from the pits of hell, and we're gonna be honest today. Okay. We need each other. We need motivation. We need inspiration. We need to go from where we are to where we want to be. Everybody want to be somewhere further in life. I don't care where you are in life. I'm sure you have goals and desire to be somewhere further. You could, and if you don't, I hope this encourages you to expand your mind and want something more from your life. Okay. I don't have, listen, my energy level is very low, but I'm going to give it to y'all the best I can give it to y'all. And if you've ever heard me encourage, you've ever heard me motivate, you ever heard me inspire, I'm going to give it to y'all. And it's going to probably take all that I get, but when I'm done, that's okay. That's what rest is for. Okay. And I know when the Mr. Get Off Work, he'll take very good care of me as well. So let's get with it. In 2010, for those who don't know, back in 2010, I was in the worst relationship ever. Okay. I had went through spending 14 hours in a jail cell for the guy I was dating. Some people know that about me, some people don't. I had my condo rated. Now, this stuff happened in 2009. And I'm gonna be real vulnerable and real honest with y'all because it's my business and oh well. Um, I 14 hours in the jail cell because I got my condo rated because he was selling marijuana out of my house. I was in school for my master's at that time. So basically I was a no call, no show for work. I was working as a mental health case manager at a job at this time. And I could have lost my job. I could have got kicked out of school. I was in school for social work, in school for my master's at that time. And yeah, I was dealing with literally all of this stuff at one time. And so this was in 2009. He and I started dating in 2008. And at that time, I was going through loss after loss after loss. I was in a very vulnerable state. And a lot of times, that's when the enemy try to come in and try to make you feel some type of way or, all the other things. Oh, my baby. Hey, my precious. Oh, my God, baby. And the enemy tries to come in and make you feel all types of way. And I lost my mind in a sense. I was making all the wrong decisions. I was doing all the wrong things. I was trying to make somebody love me that didn't love themselves. I didn't love myself. And a lot of times we don't want to look at that. No, I loved myself. No, I didn't because I wouldn't have been going through the things I was going through or dealing with the things I was dealing with. And so in 2010, I was like really, really like, because I stayed with him even after the whole condo being raided. He was cheating, and I found that, like all that stuff. But I thought he found Jesus in jail. And people don't care find Jesus in jail, but he didn't. He used that against me though. And I was like, oh Jesus, it took this to get him to act right, and all of this stuff. He got out of jail and it was still acting up, y'all. He was still acting up. And so I wanted to, but I kept myself in that relationship. So I wanted to get out of it, but I didn't know how to get out of it. And so I didn't tell too many people what a lot of the stuff that was going on. Like I kept trying to break up with him. He would like steal my car. He would what is it telling me to do over here in TikTok? Swipe right for what? I don't know. We're just gonna keep going. They tell you I ain't went live in so long in so many places, but that's okay. He would steal my car, and like I'll be like, okay, now we're going back together. One time I broke up with him, and I don't know why I caught myself breaking up with him while I was at work. I came back home, all my TVs, all of my electronics, everything was gone. I was like, okay, we go back together because I wanted my stuff, like I didn't understand it. Forget all of that. You can have all of that if you want it. Yeah, and then he wouldn't give me the keys back to my crib. So I eventually had my cousin Tanika come over and help me put a new lock on the door, but he could still get in the building and stuff like that. And so eventually I I just was like, man, I just gotta break up with him and that just gotta be that. I was literally dying on the inside. And although I didn't know what to do or how to get out of it, hey my baby, um, how to get out of it, I just was like, God, I'm gonna trust you in a different way. I'm gonna just let him go. I'm gonna give all my stuff away and I'm gonna move back home with my parents. And that's what I did. I broke up with him. Actually, the funny story about how I broke up with him, but that's another time for another day, another time, and all that other stuff. So I broke up with him. I moved back in with my parents, and God totally changed my life. It took for me to surrender. It took for me to let go of what I knew. it took for me to say, God, I don't know what things look like, but I know I want something different. And so because I know I want something different, I'm going to do something different. And so what I ended up doing was move back home with my parents, and he would still come over. He wouldn't come knock on that door because he didn't want to deal with Frank Pendleton. Okay, he wouldn't come knock on that door. But what he would do is like leave stuff on my car, leave notes on my car. He would leave cards on my car, like different things to try to wheel me back in. He was very manipulative, very narcissistic, like, oh my gosh, go down the list, okay? And I was in an abusive relationship at that time and I didn't even realize it. A lot of times people be in abusive relationships and they don't realize. I mean, I had some good people in my life that was like, girl, you could do better. He ain't it, woo this, woo that. And then I had some people in my life and I didn't see them in good relationships. So I'm like, oh, way to get better. So your environment does matter. It absolutely does matter. And so, but I had to not sometimes we become a product of our environment instead of making our environment become a product of us. So that's a whole different life for a whole different day. So once I allow myself to let go, that was September 14th, 2010. And that's when things started changing for me. And so September 2010, I believe it was September. Um, a few of us went to an event that Les Brown was hosting. And I was sitting on the edge of my chair, like, he need me on his stage. First off, y'all, I was not a speaker like that. I didn't know nothing about motivational speaking or inspirational speaking. I knew none of that stuff, y'all. I didn't know what I was talking. I just felt it in my spirit. I didn't even know. When I say I knew nothing, I knew nothing. But I knew that I belonged on that stage. I just knew I felt it in my bones. Like I was sitting on the edge of my chair, like, he missing me. And so what I was gonna get up there and say at that time, I had no idea. And so after the event, walked around, met a few people. I met Talaya Stovall. Shout out to Talaya. And she was one of the speakers on the stage with him. I bought her book, things like that. And I was like, I'm gonna get connected to her because somebody go help me. Somebody go tell me something because I need to be on that stage. And it wasn't like, oh, I want to be on the stage. It was I just felt like I belonged. When you hear people say, "Oh, my first love" or "love at first sight," it was like love at first sight, if that makes sense. With the whole situation of me coming and all of that, it was like, God, this is for me, and I felt it. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know any motivational speakers at the time. I didn't know the steps to become. I didn't know anything. So a lot of you all that's sitting out there like, well, I don't know how to get started. Or I don't know what to do. Or I'm fearful, or I don't. A lot of us fear rejection. We have all these different type of excuses and fears, and it keeps us from really doing the thing that we really want to do, need to do, and desire to do, but we won't do it because we don't know the outcome, what it's gonna look like, and all that other stuff. But it ain't. It's. I hope this story inspires you to just do it anyway. Because again, I knew nobody. Okay. And so I met Talia, I connected with her, and it just so happens I had bought, I think, a CD or something from her. CDs was out at that time, and it didn't work. So that made me have to connect with her. It made me have to contact her and meet up with her. And so after I met up with her, I was letting her know, like, man, I want to do this. And so I started sharing the story about my hands, having a physical difference, like just telling her, like, well, I want to tell people about my story, how I started believing in myself, how I started to I want to encourage people and tell them that they can believe in themselves and do stuff too. And so I knew what I wanted to do. And all of a sudden, it had to be God. It was God because I don't know where it came from, y'all. I just knew that this was what I wanted to do and that I had to tell the story about my hands and I had to encourage people and prove to them that they could do stuff too because I'm doing it, you could do it too. And so from there, we connected, and Les Brown was having another event in, I think, October. He was coming back to Chicago. And so I was like, oh, I'm going to go in the studio. I'm going to record a CD. It was either October or November. It don't matter. I called my nephew Michael because he was recording a local recording artist here in Chicago. And I'm like, Michael, I need to go to the studio. I wrote some stuff down and I want to put it on a CD because CD, CD discs was popular back then. And I still got one of my CDs somewhere in this house. But so I went in the studio, I recorded the CD, and then I went home. And my dad had this like 5 disc recorder thing, y'all. I made like hundreds of those CDs and put little labels on them. And I started passing them out. So when I went to the next Les Brown event, I started passing my little CDs out. I volunteered, I served. I did not know any of these things was things that I was supposed to do. I was just 20. Like serving has always been a part of me anyway. So it was easy for me to serve in this capacity also. So again, I went back to the event. I volunteered. So I was one of the hosts, not hosts. I was one of the volunteers, whatever we did. But we was out there greeting people, watching the tables, all of that good stuff. And I started passing my CDs out. I gave one to Les Brown. I took a picture with him, all of the things. Okay. I was not playing. And I should have pulled my picture up of me and Les. But yeah, and so I was like, I'm gonna create my own event. I did not know this is things that you're supposed to do. Creating your own stages and creating products and labor just getting started. I did not know this is what you're supposed to do to get your business going. I didn't know this, y'all. I know it was God. I know He was leading me because I did not know. I had nobody telling me. And so it was just stuff that I was doing. So December 28th, 2010, I held my first Get the Year in Gear event at the Carter G. Woodson Library. It was amazing. And I'm gonna have to do a because I have a lot of pictures on Facebook. I'm gonna have to do a reel today and post them everywhere. Just showing some of the pictures. How I just stepped out on faith and did something, y'all. And I started looking up different speakers. So I had Talaya speak. I had Sean, what's my brother's name? Sean, not Sean Robinson, y'all. Oh my gosh. He still travels and trains and speak and all that other stuff. He spoke for me. Jatoria did some poetry. Shout out to all the people I'm naming. What was the other guy? I don't even know where I met him at. But y'all, I started just Googling. I started just like when I started my first business, my nonprofit. I started Googling. I started trying to figure it out, y'all. But I met this other guy. He was like, he had like a one percenters group or something like that. I forgot his name, but he spoke. I had some guy come and sing. Y'all, I just was trying to have an event. Shout out to DJ B Bless, my now apostle Vincent Hill. He was my DJ. Y'all, the event was so motivating, so inspiring. They spoke, I spoke, and I was just like, boom. So then after that, that was 2010, 2011. I don't know if it was 2011 or 2012 that I started hosting monthly events, and they were starting to bang. I was having actual live events, and at Valentino's Christian Center. And it was cool, y'all. It was really cool. And shout out to my girl Kim. She was like, listen, let me help manage you. I was like, okay, I don't know, let's get it. And then I started going to events. I started speaking and bending different places. I just was trying to get myself out there, y'all. And that's how I met Crystal Irish. Shout out to my sister Crystal. And then God just started doing it from there. He started introducing me to different people. I started getting booked to go and speak different places. I was speaking at the National Inspirational Youth Convention in NYC for a couple of years, quite a few years. I think about 5 years. I did 4 or 5 years. I went to they traveled, they booked me, paid for me to come, paid me while there, paid for my room, paid for my flight. And I was like, okay, I think I can do the speaker thing. Like this is what happens when you speak. And so I got more of a joy out of seeing the impact it made on people. Like, especially when I was at NIYC. I remember the first year I went to NIYC and I spoke. And it was around this time of year. So I think it was 2012 the first time I went. I went 2012, 13, 14. I want to say 15 and maybe 16. The last year I went, I took some of my teams from Behold with us. And so when I went the first year, I remember speaking and I was in a zone. But what I did notice was what God was doing was like the room was so full that they was in a hallway, and I remember Pastor Kevin coming in and be like, girl, you got a fire hazard out here. Like the kids wanted to be in my class, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Not to just have a full room, but to really be making an impact. And I remember going to the shout out to Yolanda Brown. She will always be my PA, okay? She may be busy in life, but she's still my PA, okay? I remember us going to the elevator, and the girls was over there like, oh, there go Nina. There go Miss Nina. You think she'll take a picture with us? And I overheard them, and me and Yolanda looked at each other. And I looked like, can I take a picture with y'all? Because y'all the real stars. And they was like so excited. And so I was like, man, God, it was funny for people to look at me. And I'm like, who am I? With people looking, talking about some, oh, you think she'll take a picture with me? I'm like, I'm just as normal as you. But I love that. I love the fact that I could be that person and not be, oh my gosh, like, of course you can take a, no, you're the star. You're the one that's amazing. And I need to take a picture with you. Okay. And I kept that mentality going through the years. No matter where I go speak, like even this year, I went and spoke. Going back to Jatoria, she was at my very first event, and so she knows what I do. And she had me to come speak to their youth this summer that's in their program. And when I spoke to them, I was looking at some of the reviews and stuff that they gave me when we was doing videos. And one of the young ladies, she's like, man, Miss Nina, man. And I was just like, oh, I love her. She was so normal and natural, and it was just so beautiful. And it was just like, it melted my heart. And I was like, I love what you're doing. And so just, I got distracted though, y'all. I got off course. I started, in 2013, I published my first book. I didn't self publish that time. I went through another company. And in 2015, I went through another company again. And that time I was like, no, I need to learn to do this myself because dang, folks ain't doing right. Folks ain't doing right. There was two different companies that I went through. And so then I learned how to sell, and they were self-publishing me. And so I said, I'm gonna learn to self-publish myself. And so I learned the process. And once I learned the process, I was like, oh, I need to do this for other people, teach other people. And I got lost in publishing because it's a lot easier to get people because everybody want to be an author, which I believe everybody does have a book in them. And so it was easy for me to get clients and stuff. And then my manager from like 2012, stuff like that, she shout out to my friend Kim. She'll pop up back in my life, but eventually she be like in and out. Like we'll connect, and then we'll be like, I'm like, girl, where you at? And so I didn't, have. And then when I met Yolanda, Yolanda helped me tremendously. Like anytime I travel and stuff, Yolanda right there with me, y'all. She be right there, and she be on it. There is no PA like her. Like she's completely amazing, and I can't wait till the Lord bring this increase so I can be like, "Real, I'm hiring you full time because I already know I'm gonna be taken care of. I know already who is my full time PA, okay? Because Yolanda don't play; she be on top of it. But we all gotta make a living, right? And I'm getting that over 2025. I declare and decree I will be able to hire her full time because I'm getting back to the purpose of Nina Motivates. Now I'm moving away from publishing people's books to teaching people how to publish books. And that's why I have my digital course. And y'all, I extended it because I thought about the anniversary is today. I extended it to today for the $97 for people who want to learn to publish their books on their own time. It is a digital course, just like if you was in college or something like that, you log in and you watch the modules and do the work. That's what this class is. And then I have a few people that I did promise I will do the one-on-one version with. And so I think I have like 3 more slots, and this will be the last time that people are able to get me. People is able, are able. Yeah, to get me on a one-on-one basis to teach them how to publish books. But even in the course, it's gonna be almost like I'm with you because we're gonna have private group, text messages, emails, all of the good yummy stuff. So you'll still have that support system, and you'll be able to learn how to do the stuff. And my goal is for everybody to get a published book within 6 months. So this course is different than any course I've taught, and I've never taught it for $97. And that's only because I don't have to meet on Zoom with you every week. Any other time I met with them on Zoom every week. And so this time I'm able to do it for $97 because I'm not meeting on Zoom with you every week. But you're getting, I think you're getting more than typically when I do the Zoom classes. And you're able to do it at your own pace. But I will be on you because my goal is to make sure everybody reach their goals. You got to reach your goals. You're gonna have to do some work in order to reach your goals. You got to do some work. I had to do some work in 2010 to get myself out there as Nina Motivates. I didn't know what I was doing, but that's how I know I was being led by God because who knew that today all of the trainings and stuff that I take, all of the classes that I take, the consistency in the things that I take that people say is, and my throat is starting to tell me to get off and go get some tea. So I'm gonna make this real quick. The consistency that I hear, and I'm sharing this with y'all. Okay, people charge for this type of knowledge to tell you this type of stuff, and I'm sharing this with y'all so you can go and do it. Is to one do it whether you're afraid, no matter what, to do it. To create your own platforms. And speaking of creating your own platforms, y'all, I'm so excited. I'm starting my podcast. The first episode is going to be on YouTube. The first episode will air on the January 16th, and I'm so excited. I just booked my first guest. It will be every other Thursday that it will air to give me time to record and upload all of the stuff. But I have been in touch with the Nikki Woods. I love Nikki Woods from so growing up, she used to be on GCI in the morning show, and then they replaced her with Steve Harvey, but then she talked about, and hopefully she'll share her story when I interview her and things like that. And shout out to her because I reached out to her in faith, like, let me reach out to her and see if she'll let me interview her for my podcast. And she said yes. Yay. So I'm so super excited. Because I remember her growing when I was growing up and stuff like that, being one of the personalities on GCI. Then she went to the Tom Joyner Morning Show, but she showed how that went from she had a million followers to subscribers and followers and fan base to multi-million. And so sometimes you think you losing when you actually winning. Ooh, that's a whole nother word, a whole nother time. Maybe y'all will hear some more about that on the interview with her. And so there are things that I'm doing a little different. I hope y'all can still hear me on TikTok. I had to. No, that's LinkedIn, that's TikTok. No, that's LinkedIn, that's Instagram. I see y'all. I'm on too many platforms right now. Can y'all still hear me? Because there's a lot of people over here on TikTok. Can y'all still hear me? Because somebody came in. I mean, I had a call coming. I have to return the call. But anyway, um, she's going through, I don't even know where I was. I'm sorry. She's going through a reinvention phase, and I'm going getting back to the basics and back to the things that God has told me to get to. And so that's why I am no longer publishing books for people, but teaching them how to. Because as one of my sister friend clients said, she now knows how to fish for herself. Like, it's wonderful. People be like, I don't want to do it. I just woo. Now, if somebody come to me and say, Nina, I'll pay you $5,000 to publish my book, I'll go do it for you. Yeah. Then that's probably worth you getting on my nerves a little bit because yep, I love y'all. I do. But I'm gonna keep it real, okay? You have to deal with people on a different level when you are doing any type of work with or for them. And I love people. And I want to keep it that way. So I'm like, publishing books. I'm gonna publish a lot of mine. I have my publishing book. Finally, my You Can Publish book. I'm finalizing all the details in there so I can order my trial copy next week. I got some other books that's coming out, journals. I think I'm gonna pop out with something for y'all for New Year's Day. We're gonna see. But anyway, I got so many different things, and I'm so excited. God is repositioning me, and it's scary, y'all, because I'm used to what I'm used to. I know publishing people books that was like that's a easier way to make money, like this that. Now I do have one collaboration that I believe I'm gonna do in 2025. One collaboration, but I got to make sure God is saying yes before I just put it out there. Okay, and it's gonna be a co-collaborate. I mean, I want to do it so bad. I just got to make sure God says yes too. And if He says yes, y'all will hear about it real soon. I got the title of it, all that stuff. I just need God to say yes. And so, hopefully He'll say yes. I hope He do. But anyway, um, yeah. So again, getting back to everything. I'm back to speaking. I took a training this year. Shout out to James Denley, Sir Dr. James Denley. His training was an amazing training. Yeah, I took so many trainings this year. I did a training through Will is Blessed. I did his digital course, similar to like what I'm doing for the publishers. I did his, and I still have access to that. So I'm going back through that class. Because once you pay for a class, which is if you pay for the publishing class, you have lifetime access to it. You're able to log in, do the modules, go back to the modules, download the handouts, all of that good stuff. And so I've learned from so many this year. I took a grant writing course, and because you can do grants for nonprofits and for profits nowadays, I did the Coming to the Stage tour with Loaded Tomorrow. So I'm sharing these things to show you how I invested in myself. I did hyper focus with Daniela Coffee, Pastor Daniela. I did um I did quite a few things with um oh my gosh, why am I going blank? Why am I going blank? Oh gosh, why? Why? But anyway, I did quite a few courses this year. Some digital, some live, some virtual. I invested in me this year so that 2025, man, I'm coming. I'm coming to the stage, hosting virtual events, doing live events. I'm planning a brunch. I think I'm gonna do quarterly events live, but I may do monthly events virtually. I'm creating my own stages, and you build it, they will come. You keep going, you don't stop. You build your platform. I already have this is something else they tell you, build your groups. And so I already have the UCAN motivational community group, right? And I'm going to build that group. I'm going to focus on that group. I'm not going to create another group. That's going to be the group that I share in, that I focus on, and that I pour into, because this is my thing. So y'all know I got homeschool helps, of course. So that's why I took the grant writing class, so I could be getting grants for homeschool helps. But in the midst of getting grants for homeschool helps, I'm building Nina Motivates in a different way. And I am going after what's for me. Like, I have 14 years under my belt of speaking, coaching, um, uh speaking, coaching, growing, investing in myself, all of these different things. I have put together so many different programs and plans and events and all of this stuff. And so I'm ready. I'm doing it. 14 years later, I'm still here. I didn't allow, they say give your business 3 to 5 years. Here I am 14 years later, better, stronger. My testimony is stronger. The three areas that I'm seriously focused on in this whole thing with Nina Motivates. One is the first one is my difference makes a difference. And just proving to people that, yes, I have a physical difference. Yes, I was born as society calls disabled, but I don't allow my difference to disable me. Instead, I allow my difference to make a difference in the areas of motivating, inspiring, and proving to people that you can do anything you need to do, wanted to do, or desire to do. That the only limits you have are the limits you put upon yourself. That's that, right? And then I have my trainings that I'm developing called Be Aware. I believe it's called Be Aware. And it's going to be a workbook that comes with it to help people, companies, organizations. This is where the coming to the stage is going to come into play, where I'm going to be applying to different places that need to, companies and organizations and corporations that need to train their staff on how to appropriately have the appropriate etiquette when dealing with people with special needs, any type of physical difference and special needs, because baby, you want to handle a person with special needs correctly, because if not, of course, lawsuits and all that other stuff can come your way. But not only that, we human just like everybody else, and we deserve it. I do sit on the board of the You Belong Foundation, and we are focused on the inclusiveness and making sure that places are prepared for people with special needs, and that they have access, that they're accessible for people with special needs. So I'll be fighting on that behalf, and with the You Belong Foundation. And with Nina Motivates, I want to come in and train and equip and prepare people to have the proper etiquette, and make sure that you reach that you meet the ADA standards and everything else. Because if not, you facing all type of lawsuits and everything else, and you don't want those type of issues. Just recently, I definitely could have sued a company, and I'm not even going to talk about that again. But instead, I'm using it as an opportunity to come in and train their staff. I'm reaching out not just to their local office, but to their corporate office. Okay, and so God has opened up the eyes and opened up my opportunities. And I know 2025, I'm telling y'all this, and I'm doing this live on every platform I could do it on right now, to come back and be able to look at these things and say, I told y'all, when I come back live on December 28th, 2024, to say I wasn't playing, and I'm not playing. It's not about it being 2025 and New Year's resolutions. I don't do all of that. I'm starting now. Like, I've transitioned to putting things in these classes now. I'm starting to put myself out there as a speaker now. It's no coincidence that God allowed me to get my honorary doctorate in Christian leadership and business this year. It's no coincidence that He let me get an award through the You Belong Foundation, a Page Award. It's no coincidence that He let me get the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award. It's no coincidence that He let me get. I got another award this year, earlier this year. And it's just, I could go on and on and on and on, right? And I can, if I had to turn everything around, I have a whole other section over there of awards, and I won speaking awards, and this became the speaker of the year through the spa, and so many different things. But I say all of that to say I have the credibility, I have the visibility, I have the testimonials, and so now I'm in a season of putting different promos together, putting different things together, putting different speaker sheets together, and getting myself out there, because I'm not playing. I'm not playing. This baby that was birthed 14 years ago is about to do something during year 15. It's about, I'm about to do something different. And if you know me, you know me. I'ma still be Nina. I'ma still be me, but I was created to be a millionaire. I wasn't created, actually, a billionaire, but I'm gonna start with the millions. And I'm okay with saying that. I'm okay with proclaiming that. I'm okay with going after that. I'm not going to be a product of my environment, or what I know or what I don't know. Or you surround yourself around the people who know more than you. I've read so many books this year, y'all. So many books that has helped me to expand my mind. Of course, y'all know my first favorite book is the Word of God, the Bible. Okay. And but on top of that, God has allowed me to also read the self-help books. Some of them I have to chew the meat and spit out the bones. Some of them I'm like, okay, this is good. I see the biblical principles and processes, And so we got to expand our mind. We got to stop thinking small. Like, I personally don't know no millionaires in my family, but so what? Okay, I'll be the first. I've been the first of a lot of stuff, okay? And so it ain't gonna stop now. I don't mind being the first. Y'all gotta stop. Well, I don't know nobody who. So what? You could be the first. You don't have to know somebody who. And why can't you? Why can't you be the first? Why can't you be the chain breaker? Why can't you be the curse breaker? Why can't you be the one that create generational blessings? Why can't you? And so I have the mentality that it's gonna be me. That's one of my things this year. I'm waking up every morning and I'm saying it's gonna be me. I'm creating generational wealth for my family, my children's children, all the junior's children, and his children to the third, fourth generation. Amen. And I'm starting with God. I'm starting with biblical principles. I'm starting with, what does God say? He wants us to use our talents. And He said, your gift will make room for you. So my gift's gonna make a whole lot of room for me, y'all. And I'm okay with saying that, with declaring it. And I'm okay with coming back December 28th, 2025, saying, I told y'all, 2025 is just a year to me, but I'm doing stuff now to position myself differently. So what are you doing? Like, you could get your year in gear now. You don't have to wait until January 1st. You don't have to wait to a date on the calendar to start doing stuff when you could do stuff right now. Like, we got to stop. This year I'm gonna do this. I've been reading the 12-week year and going through it and making my plan for the 12-week year so that I can have a 12-week year over and over and over again in the calendar year of 2025. I'm going to have great success because I'm going to be using biblical principles along with some things that successful people have already done, and I'm going to make it work for me. We don't have to recreate the wheel. The wheel is already created, y'all. We just got to do the work. And most people are lazy and they don't want to do the work. But for me, I'm going to do the work because I got things to do on this side of heaven. Before I leave the earth, I got things to do, goals to accomplish, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm not gonna let nothing stop me. I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. I don't care who doubt me. I done heard people say what I wouldn't do and couldn't do. I've heard that all my life. Okay, so them saying that now, and I'm what 43, finna be 44. If I allow it to affect me now, what good would that do? It's not gonna affect me. Okay, and so I encourage you, stop thinking that you can't do something. Step out on faith. Do something. Do something different. Do something more. Give yourself, there is always more, but we get so afraid because we don't know what it's going to look like. And it's different and weird. Listen, I asked God for the blueprint. I asked him to, Lord, I'm gonna step out on faith, and I just need you to guide me, show me, help me, direct me, lead me, guide me, like open the doors. And I know you can, and I believe you will, and I believe he has already done it. I have asked him, Lord, put me around people who mind is bigger and who can help me think bigger and go bigger. Successful people hang around successful people. And so I have allowed myself to get around some more successful people that's way more successful than me, and it's not just in one area. I want to be around successful spiritual people. I have some great successful spiritual people in my life, successful financial people. Now I have some great successful financial people in my life too. Not that I didn't, but more. I have stepped outside of my circle and create new circles, okay? Because when you want something different, you got to do something different, okay? You got to do something different. So I just want to encourage you all, motivate you all, inspire you all to know that you too can have as much success as you want to have. You can do all the things you want to do. You got to stop limiting yourself. You got to stop putting chains on your own self. I'm free. I'm free in Christ. I'm free out here to be who he has called me to be and do the things he called me to do with no excuse, with no um boundaries, with none of that stuff. And so it's all on you. It's literally all on you. And here we are, 40 minutes later, and I'm still running my mouth. And my body is like, you're gonna keep playing with us. You okay, son? Um, and so I'm gonna go get my rest because but I had to give it. I had to give this. And I'm gonna be going live more. Like I said, just to give y'all a quick rundown of all the things that's coming down the pipeline. Like I said, I can't wait. I'm gonna be my first interviewee is Nikki Woods, radio personality. She's amazing, and that will be aired on my YouTube channel, Nina Motivate. Go follow me. Boop boop boop. On January 16th, Thursday. And then 2 weeks later, every 2 weeks it's gonna be somebody. So I'm getting my lineup, writing it down, asking people and doing all of the things. So I'm excited about that. I was like, let me ask her. Like, don't we be afraid to ask people stuff. Closed mouths don't get fed. You gotta open up your mouth to eat, right? And chew. Open it up. I opened it up and I got a yes. And so I have the podcast coming, the You Can podcast. And it's gonna be stories and people who have done things, amazing things. And of course I'm gonna be doing more videos about my hands on my YouTube page and all of that other stuff. I'm gonna build that platform. Okay. That's the platform God told me to build. Facebook. I'm always on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I need to be more consistent with some of y'all, but there's a lot of work. Wait till I get my social media assistant. That's coming too. Then I have the class on Teachable. I have the class on there. Well, no, I think I'm using Thinkific. The class for teaching you how to publish. And so it's $97. This is the anniversary celebration, y'all. Get it for $97 today because somebody's going up to one something. I haven't decided if I'm gonna just jump into 127 or 197, but the final price is gonna be 297. So oh, y'all not losing nothing when you pay $97. Actually, you get when I say you gaining. Because if you follow myself, you're gonna gain that back before anything. And so yeah, so if you go to my website, which is right here on those platforms, y'all, it's ninaaddison.com. So if you go to my website, all of the information, everything you get is on there. And people are signing up. I'm so excited. And so I said only 10. I may extend it for a few more people, allow a few more people in that program, but get in, y'all. Get in. The classes start on the 6th, but it ain't like on the 6th, you gotta be sitting there. again, it's self-paced. So I have those that course. I'm gonna be uploading other courses to Thinkific as well. But this is my first course, so I'm excited about that. Where I don't have to set aside time every week to do a Zoom, but people will still be getting me and getting the raw, getting all of the good things. I said 10 modules, but in my mind is already 14. I like to overgive, and that's another thing I learned. You overgive, because when you overgive, people will continue to come back. And I have repeated customers all the time. People that hire me. You heard me talk about NIYC, how I got hired year after year after year, because I'm going to give you what I'm going to give. Okay, naturally I love to give. um and so you're going to get more than you pay for, more than you bargain for, more than you expect when you deal with me. um so I have the speaking, I have the trainings that I'm gonna be doing also. So I'm gonna be putting myself out there. I'm gonna be applying to speak. I'm gonna be on a TED Talk stage in 2025. I guarantee you that. Okay, I'm already looking and working out the applications and stuff to apply to do a TED Talk. So get me on y'all stages where I'm a little more affordable, okay? Because I'm gonna be doing them $50,000 contracts. I'm telling you now. Um, and so I believe this year I have learned from some of the best, and I know this it's gonna get greater as time goes on. And I'm so excited. The communities that I'm now a part of, the families that I'm now a part of. And like I said, I have decided to surround myself around people who want more, because I want more. And so I definitely have people in my life and been had people in my life who want more. But then everybody don't want more. And so of course I'm just gonna spend more time with people who want more, because I want more. And like-minded hang around like minds. And so don't feel any type of way if I'm not with you as much, because I need more. God is calling me to more, okay? In every area of life, and I'm going for it. Even physically. Like I I gotta make changes, no excuses in no areas, because I've been like I said, the books I'm reading, the things that I'm learning, or I'm taking the things that I need to take. If y'all could see all the notebooks and Bibles and the workbooks and the different things around me, some of the books that I recommend, the All of God, because the first important things in my life is to make sure I'm in line with His will and His way. So I've read the All of God. I've just finished that. I did Power Moves by Sarah. I did. I think I'm doing How Successful People Think. I think I'm going to start that now that I'm done with the All of God. Um, I've done, like I said, the 12-week year. I've done. Oh Lord, I've done so many. I've done some devotionals. I've done a Tabitha Brown. I did a new thing, and we got to do some new things. That was good. Um, I'm gonna make a list of all the books I've read, and I'm just posted everywhere this year, because I did a lot of Audible books and I did some tangible books and stuff like that as well. I even did some books on YouTube. Like I'm gonna grab it. I did I'm a Bad A, and then I'm a Bad A at Making Money. I did a lot of them thinking books. I did a lot of I've never y'all know what I've never read that I have on my Audible now that I'm gonna do is Think and Grow Rich. That was one, and I kept hearing it from a lot of the successful people that I'm hanging around and that I'm listening to, that have said like the different books that, and most of them say a lot of the same books, y'all. So I'm making sure that I put them in my repertoire of books. And whew, okay, my body is telling me I gotta end this. So I want to thank y'all for watching, whether you watch a live or a replay. If you have commented on like Facebook or something like that, it didn't show me, but I will go back and respond. Thank y'all for watching on all 5 platforms that I'm on, from YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok. Thank y'all so very much. I have never gone live on so many platforms at one time, but I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I'm here. I'm glad that I used this anniversary, this birth anniversary, to discuss and to inspire and to motivate and to move you all to your next, because the only limits you have are the limits you put upon yourself. And if you are sitting, limiting yourself, doubting yourself, if you are sitting there confused, some of the, I wasn't going to release it, but I guess I should now, because I decided to send this. I am going to have a You Can Journal come out. Yeah, I'm gonna have a You Can journal come out, and it's just going to have little tidbits to just inspire you, to encourage you to. It's gonna be a little bit of a different journal. It's gonna so it has like I can today. Say today I can. Then you write what you can do today, and then you give yourself some action steps, and then you write, and then at the end of the day you reflect and say if you did it, didn't do it, what you could do differently, and then you're going to celebrate yourself even if you fall short on a day. You're going to give yourself grace. It's going to have motivation in there and all of the other stuff. So that is another thing that I am working on that I was not going to say, but I can't push that out until after I push out You Can publish. God is getting me in order. He's getting me prepared. He is pushing me. Matter of fact, he's launched me. He has shot me out, and I'm excited. I'm excited, y'all. And I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm so excited and so ready. And I am going to be living proof that you can in a whole different way. You absolutely can in a whole different way. A lot of people, a lot of people see what I do and don't realize all of the work that it takes into it, the belief, the fighting of um, elevating my mind. And listen, but the most important thing about this season is being obedient to God. That's like the most important thing in the season is having to say no to myself, no to my fears, and just totally just lay it all and rely on God to provide and to be, yes, like what you mean? Yeah, sometimes when you be looking at your bills and looking at everything else, you be like, God, you got me. But can I do this for a little while longer so that this can be taken care of over here? And it's just like, God, I just gotta, it belongs to you. All my bills, everything belongs to you because you was my deity. And you said to give it all to you. And so I just trust God in every single thing I do. And if I can't leave here with nothing else for you, it's to trust God with every single bit of your being. He won't let you fail. He won't let you down. He won't make you regret trusting in him. And so I always feel like the Hebrew boys, because if they don't do it, that don't mean he can't do it. Because he could do exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or think. And so I'm very grateful to God for who he is, and for all that he does, and for even this season of the unknown, because you got to get uncomfortable to get a new level of comfort. If you stay uncomfortable, if your back hurting and you don't stretch it, it's gonna stay hurting. You're gonna have to stretch it. You're gonna have to do something, move in a new way. You can't be sitting here just because you're used to it, or you're not used to it, or because it's gonna hurt a little bit. It might hurt a little bit, but it's gonna feel good in the end. Okay. So I hope y'all are encouraged and motivated. I could talk to y'all all day long, but we almost at an hour. And I was supposed to come on here for 15 minutes and be gone. But I had to get all that out. And I started off with one story just to tell y'all how I had to change everything, thinking, negative relationships, and all of that other stuff, and let go so that I can get to more. I had to step out of I was uncomfortable I was comfortable in an situation. I had to get out of that situation so that I can aim at more that God has for for me. And now 14 years later, I'm so much further ahead. I'm right where I need to be. I could be like, man, if I kept getting out there speaking and doing this and doing that, where would I be now? I'm not, nope, I'm not even gonna look at that, because my now is now. My then was then and my now is now. I'm a greater speaker. I'm a greater encourager. I'm a greater inspirational trainer. I'm a greater motivator. I'm a greater child of God. And so I could give more. I could give more of me now. And so I am getting in order and in line with God. And I'm so excited. And I thank y'all for watching. I thank y'all for taking time out of your schedule, whether just live or via the replay. I appreciate each and every one of you. I am Nina Motivates, the you can coach, your inspirational trainer, not just inspirational speaker, but I'm gonna train you to inspire and motivate yourself even when nobody else is around and you're feeling like I don't wanna. You gonna push yourself because you gonna know that you can. Okay. And when it's time to rest, you gonna get the rest too. Just like now for me, I'm gonna go get the rest. Well, I'll be leaving out the house to get my husband soon, but when we get back in, I'm going to be. So I love y'all dearly. I pray you all have a blessed God-filled day. I'm gonna end one stream at a time. Well, I can end Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube and then I'll come in y'all. Okay. So thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Share this out. Sharing is caring, okay? Let's care. And somebody needs this motivation, inspiration, and all the other things. And go hit up my website, NinaAddison.com, and see what's there for you. I even released a quick workbook to kind of help you. It's called You Can Grow, I think. But listen, y'all, because I'm be releasing all types of stuff. So catch it, get it, grab it, all that stuff. Because it's gonna be good. It's gonna be some good stuff. And so this helps you to just think, helps you to grow, helps you believe in yourself. It's inspiration and there's all of the things, and it's short. And so I think that's $7 on my website. As soon as you go and buy it, it downloads right to you. That's under the motivational tools. Y'all might want to start checking those every week because I'm always be uploading something under motivational tools. But if you ever wanted to be an author, stop playing games with yourself. Go to NinaAddison.com, fill out the form, connect, and let's grow. Let's grow. It's a digital course. Like, what are you losing? Nothing, but you're gaining everything. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Go ahead and be that author in 2025. Be whatever it is that God has called you to be. And most importantly, be you. Okay, be you. Oh, y'all can't see my sign right here that say be you. But all right. Oh, y'all, no, y'all can't either. Okay, anyway. All right, I'll talk to you all later. Bye for now. Pray for me, y'all. Pray, because I got things to do next week.